So this is question 6, says an insurance company has decided that it no longer requires a physical head office. Its strategic aim is to become a virtual organization. The company's auditors are concerned that information held by the virtual company will lack security. So the question there is, describe 3 measures that could be adopted to ensure the information in the insurance company remains secure. So the first measure will be to implement robust cybersecurity protocol. So how will that one help? This will safeguard information in a virtual organization. Strong cybersecurity measures are very essential. For example, the company should implement a multi-layered approach that includes firewalls, intrusion detection and prevention system. They could also employ encryption policies and secure authentication method. So this one will ensure that no unauthorized persons or people with wrong intentions can intercept or can get access to this information. The second one is secure remote access and authentication. So as employees and stakeholders access information remotely, the company should enforce stringent measures, authentication measures. For example, to ensure that, for example, the correct people are logged into this system, they must have strong passwords, strong policy passwords, 2-factor authentication, biometric verification. They could have things like using facial authentication, things like that, that will ensure that we have secure remote access. They can also employ data encryption and privacy policy. So all these sensitive data that are in these systems, both in transit and at rest, should be encrypted to prevent unauthorized access to this data. This unauthorized access to this data could lead to data breaches. So when we encrypt the data, what we call end-to-end encryption, this ensures that data is protected from any person until they are received. Anybody who can intercept them until they are received, and the intended recipient can decrypt this data. So that will ensure that there is security in this virtual space. Then we have highlight 3 challenges of procuring ICT cases in court. Highlight 3 challenges of prosecuting or pressing ICT cases in court. So one is that ICT generally is technical and complex in nature. So technicality and complexity of these ICT cases, they need digital evidence. So they involve intricate technical details that can be challenging for maybe non-technical legal professionals. For example, the judges, the juries, the lawyers. Sometimes they get it so difficult to even work on presentations of digital evidence. For example, the logs, the metadata, the forensic reports. Yeah. Then the second one is rapid technological advancement. So technology evolves at a rapid pace, and ICT cases may also involve emerging technologies or even, for example, ways of committing cyber crimes. Prosecutors need to stay updated with the latest technological trends and development to effectively argue out these cases. So now, this could sometimes not be the case with our professionals who are also busy advancing their professions in other ways. Again, we have what we call jurisdictions and cross-border issues. So sometimes ICT cases involve transcendent geographical boundaries. For example, it involved maybe 2 different countries. So this will make it challenging to determine jurisdiction and enforce legal decisions. Why? Because different countries have different laws. Different countries have different regulations. So that will make it quite difficult for these countries for these people to press or to jurisdicate over these ICT issues. Then this one says, explain 4 application areas of cloud computing technology in governance or accounting, firm or accounting services firm. Explain 4 application areas of cloud computing technology in a governance stroke accounting service firm. So the first area of application will be financial management and accounting software. So cloud-based accounting software provide firms with access to advanced financial management tools without the need of having a local software or a local system that will handle these payrolls and other things. So they can at a fee higher or procure a space in the cloud, and these firms can manage for them accounts, track transactions, generate financial reports at some fee more effectively and efficiently. We also have both document management and storage. So cloud storage solutions allow governance and accounting firms to secure storage and manage documents. They can manage contracts, financial statements, and even client information. So they provide centralized places that are accessible from remote places, from anywhere. Also, we have virtual meeting and collaboration. So cloud-based communication and collaboration tools enable remote work and virtual meetings. Governance and accounting firms can really leverage on this. For example, we have what we call video conferencing. We have instant messaging, collaboration platforms that can connect clients. So all these ones are applicable in governance and accounting firms. Then the fourth one is compliance and regulatory reporting. So here we see that cloud computing can facilitate compliance with industry regulations and reporting requirements. For example, cloud-based softwares and platforms help this firm to stay updated with changes in accounting standards and regulations. So they will ensure that accurate and timely compliance are automated through updates, through features that are automated to make these alerts to these people. Then we have question D. Question D says, identify 5 major management challenges to building and implementing information system within an organization. So what are the challenges that can come about when you are building and implementing an information system within an organization? The first one is requirement definition and scope management. So defining a clear and accurate requirement for an information system is always very essential, but it is the only place where some organizations sometimes often struggle to get the comprehensive requirement from different stakeholders and to ensure that these requirements are well aligned to the organization's goal. So requirement definition and scope sometimes is a very difficult area. Then we have resource allocation and budgeting. So information system projects require appropriate allocation of resources. These resources could include things like human resources, finances, and even technology infrastructure. So organizations must accurately estimate the budget and allocate resources effectively to ensure that the project's completion is guaranteed. Remember, if the resources are not adequately allocated, then there could be delays and also compromised quality at increased cost. We have also what we call change management and user adoption. So remember, when you are introducing a new information system, it sometimes requires changes to existing workflow. It will bring changes to processes. It will bring changes to the roles within this organization. So the management sometimes must ensure that transitions are smooth and users can adopt and accept these systems, which sometimes can be challenging because they might also resist it. Then we have project management and coordination. So managing an information system involves coordinating various tasks, teams, and stakeholders. So there are sometimes these weakness in effectively coordinating or managing all these stakeholders, managing all these different people in different departments to ensure that the process is seamless and and to ensure that the goal is still being maintained. And also lastly, we have what we call data integration and migration. So to ensure that now the new system or the new information system is being replaced by the old one, there must be data that is taken from the old system to the new system. That's what we call data migration. So when this data is being migration, the system is sometimes quite complex, and sometimes if not properly done, then the data may be stored in different formats, structures, location. It could also sometimes lead to data loss or interfere with the integrity or consistency of data. So that is a very big challenge: data integration and migration. Data integration and migration. Then this last question is saying, outline 2 limitations of a touchscreen as an input device. So a touchscreen, first of all, will lack what we call tactile feedback. You see, if you are using a keyboard, then you are able to press the keys, and you feel even from your hand that something has happened. You feel that this has happened if you're using a keyboard or a button. But when you're using a touch screen, this sometimes could sometimes be a challenge, because you will solemnly rely on visual feedback, which can also lead to error, especially when typing without looking at the screen. So that lack of tactile feedback is a challenge. Then we have fatigue and strain. So when you use touch screen extensively, particularly when you use it for a elongated or prolonged period of time doing this repetitive task, this can lead to user fatigue and you can strain a lot. So unlike physical keyboards that offer tactile feedback and natural hands positioning, touch screen require users to tap directly on a flat surface. This can lead to discomfort and even strain of your fingers.